Hello everyone and welcome to this album review. Now today we're going to be looking at John Lennon's album from 1974. This is Walls and Bridges. So basically this was John Lennon's fifth studio album, released on the 4th of October 1974. This album is notable because it is the only album in John Lennon's solo catalogue to be free of any influence from Yoko Ono, because it was written and recorded during John Lennon's Lost Weekend period when he and Yoko had separated for a few years. Also during like the making of the album and like around about the time of this album being made, John Lennon was reunited with his son Julian, and which was like really great, because he kind of ignored him for for many years before this, when he was with Yoko. So it was very nice to see him make an effort to be with Julian again, and Julian Lennon actually plays drums on on one of the tracks on this album here, but we'll get to that. John Lennon's band on this album here, John Lennon, he tends to use a sort of a set group of musicians for each of his albums. Included Jim Keltner on drums, who went on to do stuff with the Traveling Wilburys. He was their drummer. Also was drummer George Harrison, very popular session musician, and also Klaus Voormann on bass, who was a old friend from the Hamburg days, and also played bass on John Lennon's other albums as well, and Plastic Ono Band, and I think Imagine as well. So this album here, when it was released, was quite a big success actually. It went silver in the UK and gold in America, going to #1 in America and #6 in the UK charts. Probably thanks quite a big marketing campaign, the whole "listen to this record, listen to this post" or whatever it is, the "listen to this" campaign was probably had a lot to thankful for the making this album such a commercial success, really. So the actual cover, I love the cover design to this. It is really cool. You can see his cover plot there, but that's the actual cover there. But then there are these two flaps on the ear, which on the back, there's back for there. You can change the faces of John Lennon. You can have it like that, or that there, and with his tongue out, and yeah, so pretty cool design, album design, and also the records as well. They come out from the inside here of the record, so a very interesting design here. So inside here we get a book here, which is really cool, really nice packaging for this album, I have to be honest with you. So there's the book there, lovely photo of John on the front. And then in there we just have lyrics and band credits, and other photos as well. These are childhood drawings John had done, which feature on the album cover. That's what John Lennon done when he was a schoolboy. And this book here features loads more drawings and other stuff as well. So very good design. And then the record is here, so the inner sleeve, and then the actual record, which is on Apple, of course. So that's it there. Got this at a record fair quite a while ago now, actually, and it is what I have listened to quite a bit. It's definitely the John Lennon album I play most on my turntable, I have to say. So now I'll just go over all of the songs from the album. So we open up with a piece called "Going Down on Love," which is a really good opening track. I love the percussion intro on this one, and really good intro to the album. Kind of goes through different stages. This one here, the lyrics I feel reflect on his on the Lost Weekend with Yoko, and it's sort of reflecting on that, wanted to return to her, because they did make up after this album, and of course had their son Sean Lennon was born shortly after this album here was released. So that's a great opening track, Going Down on Love. Second track is Whatever Gets You Through the Night, which was the big single from the album. Really great upbeat song, really bouncy song, great. This song here features Elton John guests on this track on vocals, on harmony vocals and piano, and this song here was like a #1 in like America. John Lennon was notably the last Beatle to ever get a #1, and like this is the only #1 like in his lifetime in like in America, and like this one only got to number 36 in like the UK, what I thought was a bit strange. Also to note as well with this track here, when they were recording it, Elton John bet Lennon that like this song would get to #1 like in like the charts. So Lennon thinking, no way, he said, I'll perform it with you live if like it does get to #1. Thing is, the song does get to #1, and like John Lennon joined Elton John at Madison Square Gardens to perform this song and like a couple others I think as well, and like that was his last ever sort of major concert appearance in back in 1974 Madison Square Gardens. Third track up is Old Dirt Road, and this is a slower ballad. This was co-wrote with Harry Nilsson, and like I feel it's like sort of filler on the album. Like it's not the greatest if I'm being honest. Then get with What She Got, and this one is fantastic. Really great funky song, brilliant riff, and like Lennon's really screaming down like the mic, and like I love the chorus. Like you don't know what you got until you lose it. That bit is just amazing. Brilliant track I have to say. Next one is Bless You, and this is another change of direction, like much slower, like Old Dirt Road. It's like the variety on this album again is something that I really enjoy. Very laid back feeling, but nothing too special with this track. I feel like I don't. But it's kind of just like so. Then get Scared, which is sort of like a strange start to this one here. Sort of like a wolf howling at the start of it, then like the song kicks in, and I'm like it's okay. I mean, the lyrics address Lennon's fears of like loneliness and aging. Like it's a decent track, but I do feel that it is like overlogged a little, that it does go on a tad. Side 2 opens up with Number 9 Dream, and this is just an amazing song. This has to be my favourite John Lennon track. I have said in like the past that Imagine is my favourite John Lennon song, but this song here, like that Number 9 Dream is just is now my personal favourite. Just such a wonderful, breezy, dreamy song. The production on this track is just fantastic. Like I felt like a lot of like Lennon's So Limited has very raw and like production on it, but this one here is just like rough around like the edge of production. But this one here is like really lush arrangement to it, and like I just love it so much. The actual sound of it, like the actual production, talking about the production, it sounds well ahead of its time. I mean, like it sounds like it could be that could have been like released like over the last few years. It doesn't sound like a 70s track, so that's why I love that one. This was also a single, I believe this was the second single from the album. It reached number 9 in like the US charts actually, which was pretty funny. Like Number 9 Dream, number 9 in the charts, and it also got to number 23 in Britain as well. So not as great in Britain, should have done much better, but the actual song itself is fantastic. Then get Surprise Surprise, Sweet Bird of Paradox, and this is a really good track. Great intro, like the riff, like really powerful intro to the song. This song here was written for May Pang, who John Lennon was dating during like his Lost Weekend period, and like the actual song itself is like great, like one of my favourites from this album. Then get Steel and Glass, which is, for me, this one is very, very similar to How Do You Sleep, which in that track, like, he was like addressing Paul McCartney, but in this one here, Steel and Glass, like, he's sort of like supposedly aimed at like Alan Klein, like the Beatles business manager during like the later years, and like was also like seen as like a key member in like the breakup of the Beatles. So this one though, like that, it's very similar in like the whole production style with like the strings and everything, and like also like the riff as well, like the sort of like guitar licks in this track, which definitely remind me of How Do You Sleep. Then get Beef Jerky, which is like an instrumental piece. And like the thing with this track though is like that like he sort of nicks a bit of like McCartney's song "Let Me Roll It." There's a bit in like this track here, it's like going along nicely. Then you get. Then it just sort of stops, goes da 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 da. Then carries on, just very similar to the riff in like "Let Me Roll It," which probably which on Band of Their Own album, and like for many people, like that song is sort of like McCartney trying to do what Lennon was doing. So it seems a bit ironic, Lennon then copying McCartney's impression of himself. But certainly like this track is like it's pretty good. Not like the greatest thing ever, but it's pretty good. Then we get Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out, which is sort of like the actual proper like album closer. There is like one more song, but I think that if this album had come out later, it would have the last song would have been like a hidden track probably. But we get Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out, and this reflects on Lennon's loneliness during his Lost Weekend. Very extravagant arrangement to this one, like a lot of strings going on in it, and like that, like it's a really good song though. Then we get Ya Ya is the closer. Just a small snippet of this track, about a minute long, off the old rock and roll songs. So Lennon didn't write this track. This is a song where Julian plays drums in it. So like I was feeling it, I think it was about 11. So it's not like actually like that good a performance of like the song, but it's just a nice way to close the album. Like I think the song did like Lennon later like another version of this on his rock and roll album like a year later. So that's this one here. Again, like it's one of those ones which you don't really need on like the album. Like I could do without it, to be honest with you. But I suppose it's nice I can include it. But certainly not one of the standouts from the album for me. So overall, I would rate this album a 8 out of 10. It is a mixed bag. I won't lie. Like I won't say that this is like a completely fantastic album, because it is a mixed bag. Awesome, brilliant songs, Going Down on Love, Whatever Gets You Through the Night, What You Got, Number 9 Dreams, Sweet Bird of Paradox are probably my favourites from this album. But and then the artists had a few lesser tracks like a few more like slower ones, Old Dirt Road, Bless You, Scared, like those type of songs that don't do as much for me. But this is definitely Lennon's most accessible album, and it is my second favourite John Lennon album after Imagine. So so it is still fantastic stuff on here. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and leave possible suggestions for future album reviews. Like I'm always looking for suggestions. I do always like review the albums. What like you leave in the comments. Also like your opinion on this album here. Like I know this does get like a mixed response like a lot of like John Lennon fans. So like I'd be interested to hear what you think of this album. And also like the video and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.